What's up, Roulette Fools? Brent with AOB, and I've got Brad here with me too. Brad's going to be joining me as much as he possibly can for this journey. So he's going to be playing with me. There'll be some times when schedules don't work out that I won't, but for the most part, we're going to try to get him in on this. He's going to be playing same table, same bets that I'm doing. Today, we're doing 9 numbers back, the opposite. If you look down below, you'll see the number 6 is highlighted, and that's a low. We're going to play 10 cents, and we're going to go the opposite of that. We're on the French table, obviously take advantage. So if you count back from the last that hit, which is 15, and you count back 9 numbers, right? That's going to be the 6. And I put a little box around it so it's easy for you guys to see. And it's actually, I can look over and it's easy for me to see. All right, you ready to rock and roll, Brad? Oh, one last thing. You can see the balance. 103.46 is where we left off. So that's where we pick up today. All right, let's rock and roll. And we're going to super Martingale this, Brad. So we're going to 3x this. So we're up to a 30-cent bet. This gives us, Brad and I talked about it. This is slightly riskier because we only have 9 progressions, but generally speaking, 9 is pretty solid. I wouldn't run this right, Brad, on clever bets. Would you run this with 9 progressions if you didn't want to bust, if you were really worried about busting?
Would I? If I was worried about busting or if I was not worried about busting?
If you were worried about busting, would you run this overnight with 9 progressions?
Overnight? No.
Yeah. Yeah. But when I do run it, all right, we are at a 0. We revert to the previous one. So we're going to stay here. We have a 70 cents bet. When I run clever bets, and I've been running Martingale plus a lot, going to 9 is fairly rare. I mean, it's not, but it does hit up to 9. Just depends on the session, but when I play Martingale plus and I want to let it run, I usually try to have at least 16 progressions. All right, let's see if we can get a win here. So also, yeah, I'll bring 15, back the 16. Excel real quick when we're done with the spin and show you. Well, I don't have to show you. We're going for a, come on.
Wow. What is
all right. We're still 18. We're still going. All right. We are at $1.60 here. I put into the Excel.
$1.50, Brent.
What's that?
Based on the thing. $1.50 or $1.60?
$1.50.
Yeah. Okay. You said $1.60. Sorry.
Okay. So if you look at the Excel chart, I added a goal to the 5% goal of what our last balance was. So technically speaking, our goal is $5 roughly. But remember, we're doing a 15-minute timer. Again, I didn't get the timer started on time. There it is. We're more interested in time boxing it. There we go. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. That was in there. All right. It's still going. It's going to go low again. So we got to repeat and double and add 1 unit. So we're up at $3.10. It was in, oh my gosh. And then it spun out. People are going to go, see, they're on to you guys. They knew you guys were betting a whopping $1.50 each, and they turned on the magnet there. So yeah. If you were going to play, Brad, what would be your low bankroll like we're doing now? What would be your choice of strategies? There we go.
My choice of strategies. I mean, I would try.
We're on low again. We're on high again. We're on high again.
Okay. I would probably maybe play a little bit of outside bets like this, or a little bit of 5 double street, I would say.
Yeah.
Just to start off. And then at one point, once my bankroll is big enough, I would like to play 9 street. I find 9 street like a good balance between profit and risk, I would say.
Yeah, I do too. And it's so funny. I've been on a 5 double street kick, but I'm going to start pushing more of the 9 streets because I was starting to do it for some reason and I was having great success with it. And then I don't know. I think it's because when I go to do the big bets, 5 double streets. Okay, we're staying here, tripling up, 30-cent bet. I don't know. So
really, it's been low like for the last 9 numbers. All of this, holy crap!
Yeah, there was 1, 2 plus a 0, 3, 4. Then there was a 19 that I think we missed it. I must have missed the 19, or did we switch to low? I think we switched to low.
We didn't switch to low. I think we should have switched to low right now. I mean, the bet before, maybe.
No, it was a 7. It was a 7
now.
It was a 7. So the bet before was a 7. So we bet high, and it's a 2 right now, and we're betting high again. There we go. All right, so now we're going to bet low. The ninth number back was 24, so we're going to bet low. So again, what we're doing is we're going back to the ninth number. If you saw a video I posted a couple days ago, I did 10 numbers back because I had the bankroll to do it. We don't have the bankroll to have 10 progressions. We'd need $200. So the theory on this one is if you bet opposite X numbers back, what's the probability of it repeating the exact same sequence of either high, low, red, black, even, odd? So we're betting opposite, banking that sequence won't repeat itself exactly like it is. All right. Loss on that one. We go to high now. All right, we're 30 cents on high. So that's the theory on this. It did pretty well in the video I did, but I got to tell you, I think it's just because it makes us feel better. I'm willing to bet that kind of sequence happens more often than we know, because you just don't look at the number history, right? You're not looking at 9 and able to match those 9 up. So it's visually, it's really hard to track unless you're literally writing it down. So I think it happens more often than we think. Oh my goodness. All right, we are on high again. So we're on a 70-cent bet here. So we'll see. And we're not gonna figure, I think we maybe 1 minute before I got the timer. So we're gonna time box it for 15 to 20 minutes max, 20 if we're on but otherwise time box it wherever we land. Like last time we landed, I stopped it. Now last time, Brad, I went and did a little dice at the very end with a really low, like 1 penny or 10 cents or something, and just did some play. And the funny thing about that is, I was able to get more money, and oh my goodness. All right, we're high again. This dealer is
repeating
a demon seed. This is Brad. This is the comedian Brad Garrett. I say he looks like Brad Garrett. I don't do well with this dude. I don't do well with this demon seed right here. So we'll see what happens.
We'll see
what happens. So the focus of this, if you didn't see the last low bankroll to drop or any of the series, there we go.
Nice.
All right.
There we go.
So we stay on high. 18 is the ninth number back. I feel like we've been on high a lot. Like he's hitting a ton of lows.
I guess.
And I think I bet he is.
The 7th. I can't remember what number we started back, but yeah.
So the idea is, especially for the people that say you can't make money, you can't beat the casino in the long run. And I'm saying, yes, you can. If you play smart and you take I discussed the human element is what kicks our ass in the last video. There we go. All right. And we're on high again.
For the first time.
6 is the ninth number back. We're on high again. If you play with the proper progressions, if you play with self-discipline, if you play very, very disciplined, you can do it. And the other thing, Brad, I told him is, I personally don't think it's enough to watch somebody else play a strategy and then just try to copy it. You have to understand the payouts. You have to understand the recovery and why it needs 3 or 4 or 5 or whatever it needs. I think it becomes very difficult if you just try to copy and go, okay, after they lost, we do a 3x. You need to understand the payouts. All right, where are we at here? 29, we go low for 30 cents. Yeah.
So is our profit 15, 20 minutes? Or if we hit 3% before the 15, 20, we stop? Like, is it an either or type of thing? Or
if we were to hit a 5%, we would stop.
Or 5.
But it would be very difficult to reach that while maintaining the correct, right?
Yes, it just would within the 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah, it would be very difficult to get the 10% in there. Okay, that was a whack. We go to high. It'll be 70 cents on high. Yeah, it'd be pretty tough to do it. If you guys didn't see the video that dropped on Saturday, I had lost $43,000 on dice. And then I made up my mind I was going to try to recover. And I recorded 16 sessions all in a row. I didn't skip any sessions. And I recorded those and put them onto the video of my attempt to try to win back the $43,000 with roulette. Big bets, decently big bets. I mean, the average smallest bet was $5 grand. Oh my gosh. All right. We are staying on, we go to low for $1.50. So 5,000 was the lowest bet. A couple times I went down to 1,250 or 2,500, but not very many times. I did that. Maybe I did 10 spins max on something less than $5,000. So go check out the video. I won't tell you what happens, but you guys know I always tell you my losses. I don't try to pretend like I'm constantly winning. But the only reason I lost on those, or the only reason I lose big, is because we chase. And in this case, the dice was so rigged. Oh, wow. All right, we stay low. Double. Yeah, this dealer, man. Now, the nice thing, Brad, about the reason why I like Martingale Plus is even though we're losing a lot more than we're winning, I mean, we're 4-12. That is freaking terrible ratio for an outside bet. I mean, this is ridiculous. But the reason I like Martingale Plus is at least we're not wasting spins, because when we do win, it's as if we won every single spin, because that's why we're adding that extra unit. So if you're just joining us or you're new to roulette, we're doubling our bet, which is a Martingale. Wow.
Oh.
All right, we moved to high. So I'm going to drag this down. We double it and add, we're at $6.30. My goodness, this guy is literally doing the same pattern on those last that he did before. So that's what I'm saying. I think these patterns occur a lot more than we think. And the other thing, Brad, is maybe if we lose this one and maybe the next one, we'll probably just pull the plug. I'm not going to go all the way. I'm not going to burn. We have enough for 9 if we wanted to just push the limits. We'll have the decision-making time. Oh, come on.
Come on. That 33.
You gotta be kidding me. Wow.
All right, where
we
are
stay high. This is unbelievable. The dude is repeating so much on the same highs and lows. This guy, Brad Garrett, that's what I call him. No bueno, man. No bueno. This dealer, and I was telling him, Brad, that I actually really don't like playing on the French tables, both Prague and Evo. I just don't do well there. But when I'm playing big, like I was yesterday on the challenge, it hit 0 a couple times, and that's huge for me. All right.
There we go.
Woo.
There we go.
All right, we are going 10 cents low. 26 is the ninth number back. So if you're just joining us or you're not familiar with previous videos, Super Martingale, we're going to double our bet. And this is only for the outside bets, okay? The 1-to-1 bet, high, low. And if you look here, this is a French table, and they have the French format. So if you're looking at it going, this table's funky, this up here, and you'll see it says 1 to 18 right next to it. Monk, that's low. Pass is high, 1936. Impair is odd, even, red, black. And then your dozens, instead of being underneath where they should be, they're over here like the columns. All right. There is a whack.
Better get out of the way now.
We get that out of the way now. All right. What do we got? So we go low for 30 cents. Now, the nice thing about the zeros, we got half back. Now. So this will give us more profit. When we finally win, we'll get 50 cents. Now, if you want to hit a 0, actually, you want to hit it like on the 4th, 5th progression, because you get half back of a much bigger bet, and we still double plus add 1. And when you win, you get a banger hit that way. Soybean wants in, but I don't want him in because he's going to crawl all over, over the keyboard. He placed a soybean bet on me yesterday. Oh my gosh. All right. We are going high for 70 cents.
And we cannot get a thing going on.
We can't get a run at all. Yeah. It's like he's just repeating the exact same things. So yeah. So if you just Martingale, you're just doubling your bet on the outside bets. And when you finally win, you pay back all your losses and you profit 1 unit from where you started before you started losing. That's it. You profit 1 unit, and that's fine. With Martingale Plus, because you're adding 10 cents, you're doubling plus adding. When you finally do win, there we go. When you finally do win, it's as if you won at every progression. All right, we're going low for 10. It's as if you won every single spin. So as long as you don't bust, however many spins the dealer does, let's say in an hour, it's going to be calculated as if you won every single spin. And so that's why I don't mind losing some, because we're not wasting time. When we finally do win, it's as if we won a bet. If we play Martingale and you lose 5 times and then you finally win, that's fine. You'll recover and you'll go up 1 unit, but all those losses are zero profit. All right, we're going high for 30. So that's why I like Martingale Plus. And when we were looking at the progression chart, and I'll show you guys the progression chart in the next episode, we were comparing Martingale Plus with just Martingale, because Brad and I were trying to figure out, okay, how many progressions do we really want to go in with 9? If we played this just regular Martingale, it only gives us 1 more progression. Now, I'm not poo-pooing 1 extra progression, because sometimes that's the difference between life and death. But the risk reward of the difference in profit that you'll make on Martingale Plus, oh my gosh, this guy. All right, we are going low for 70 cents. I mean, look at our ratio. 6 and 18. We are 6 and 18.
On a 50-50 bet.
On almost 50-50 bet. We should roughly, what is that? 18, that's 24. We should roughly be at 12 and 12, maybe 11 and 13. That's where we should roughly be. 11 wins, 13 losses, 12, somewhere in that range. We're 6 and 18. Statistically, this is crap. Now, what we can hope, Brad, is that statistically, because it's so crappy, we know it'll catch up eventually. There we go. All right. And we're almost at 15, but let's keep going. We're at 255. We're doing pretty well. We're going to go low for 10 cents. We're going to go low for 10 cents. So when we were looking at the progressions going, okay, if we went regular Martingale, we would get 10 progressions with the bankroll we had. If we go Martingale Plus, we get 9 progressions, 1 less, but we win substantially more. If we were just playing Martingale right now, our profit would be much lower, because when we go through 5, 6 losses and we finally win, we would only be 10 cents higher than where we started before we started losing. This case, we'd go up 60 cents. All right. So losses don't bother me so much. We're going high, Brad, for 30. Yeah. Losses don't bother me, other than this guy just not giving us very many wins. I mean, and we were looking at it prior and going, what one looks good here? And I'm like, oh, forget it. I don't like doing color.
Really
look at red down there. 1, 2, plus a 0 is a loss. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Red would have busted. We would have busted on red if we were doing opposite of 9 numbers back on red or black. Now, that's why I say
I don't like colors. Yeah, colors is the worst. It's either high, low, or even odd. I don't play colors no more.
There we go. All right. So 27, we're going to go low. 27 was the ninth number back. So we're going to go low.
Look, it's still going red.
And it's still red. And don't you agree, Brad? When color does run on these prag tables, don't you most often see it running red, not black? Not that there's never.
Oh, yeah. I see more red streaks than black streaks, for sure.
It's just wild. It's just wild. And it's not just us. It's the entire community who plays on the prag notices these same things. So we could easily say the amount of time we're playing is relatively a small amount compared to this thing running 24/7. But it is pretty freaky deaky when everybody's noticing these same things. All right, it's 0. So we refer to the same number that was previous. So we stay on low, because it was 27 prior. All right, we're at 285. Remember, our 5% goal was 515. Those are just nice to haves. It would be nice to get 3 to 5 a day. So we're gonna go here a little longer. Would love to get to $3 and maybe 315, maybe 330. But we're gonna have a cap at 20 minutes sign off and call it. Now you can do multiple sessions a day, but I suggest once you reach your target, there we go. Once you reach your daily target, just stop. Just stop for a couple of reasons. One, you're going to get in that situation where you see your profit and then you go in another session and you lose, and you're not looking just to recover back to where you were at the beginning of the day. You're saying, I want to recover the profit I made earlier because I lost all that. Your bets get bigger. You start chasing. And the second reason is if you're going to do this day in, day out, you can get burned out if you're grinding like this every day. You're playing strict. You're sitting here. You can get burned out if you do this too much, because it's not an exciting, exhilarating type of bet strategy. Boom. This is what we're looking for. I told you the runs would start picking up after a while. We stay on low. We stay on low.
Yeah.
These here, the win-loss ratios will average out over time. That's why I'm always like, when you have a really good run and you go like 20, 21 and 0, 19 and 0, 18 and 0, it's funny. As soon as you get that hit, that whack, it literally comes in bunches. It literally comes in bunches. I really don't remember a time, maybe you have, Brad, where you went on this monster win streak and then you lost and then you continued on with a monster win streak. And if you had, I would say it's probably pretty rare. Whoa, look at this. Yeah. we're picking up steam here. All right, we stay low.
Yeah, we are.
We stay low.
And I remember once when I degened, I was like in recovery mode. I was in tilt mode, and I literally went all in. And I think I kept like parlaying. So you kept just increasing your bets and kept going all in. And I think I did a few of them and I got all my money back.
Oh, nice.
But they don't happen often, right?
Right.
So
it doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen often. So that's why, short session,
you just
time
have to
box
be
it.
lucky.
And I was telling Brad, what's that? Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was just doing 5 double street at the time. So I was playing high coverage.
Where's our first loss? We are going high for 30. Yeah. 5 double streets. It's a love-hate relationship sometimes. I mean, it really is.
I know.
It's a love-hate relationship.
And I was swapping tables too. I kept going to a different table every time I won. I went to a different table. I won, different table. Never, I did not stay on the same table.
Right. I'll have to do the next live stream. I'll have to do musical tables. That's where, like Brad, we set a target, say $25, and we go to on every evolution or Prague table. You start with the first one, and as soon as you get 25, then you go to the next one. Or you can do where it's one win and you move on. All right, we are staying on high for 70 cents.
But I was gonna say, if we're gonna do it on this series, that'll take much longer than 20 minutes. Right?
Oh yeah, no. Yeah, we're not gonna do it on this series. That's more of a if you have time and you can be hopping around.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna Brad. Once we recover, we're gonna call it quits, and that should get us up into the $3 range. And I was telling them on the last session, the other reason I like time boxing is because it kind of takes that competitiveness out of your own. We got to get the $5, right? If you go, I got to get the $5 as my target, you can tend to push it. There we go. Where did we end up? $3.45. I'm going to pull up the Excel file here real quick for you guys, and let's put that in. And so you guys can see that. So we ended at our balance here, ended at 106.91. There we go. You can see our 5% target, nice to have, was 517. We hit, this is pretty good. I mean, considering we were on a really long, that's why I like Martingale Plus, because at least you get up into profit, but we were 13 to 21, still pretty atrocious. Yeah. So I don't know, Brad, we'll have to put our heads together and see what the next strategy will be. Like I told everybody, I want to stick with the basics, 9 streets, 5 double streets, 2 dozens, outside bets, and kind of go from there, at least until we get our bankroll higher. Then maybe we venture in. And I'm even cautious about like 9 street and stuff, because you got to put so many units down. You can't play with just 10-cent bet. Any last words, Brad, before we take off?
No, I'm just looking forward to this series and hoping it'll be successful, and
it'll be successful.
We'll make it all the way.
If we play it right, and if you're following along at home, I guarantee, I mean, I can't guarantee, but you know what I mean. We will make this money every day. I've done this series. This is the 3rd time on my own that I've done it. And each time it's been successful. Last time I took $10 up to a little over 300. And then I canceled the series because we had other stuff coming up. So this will be the 3rd time. We're going to do great. We're going to try to produce 1 video every single day for you guys. So we'll see you guys next time. Be good humans. Us against the casino always. All right. Cheers, guys.